Zuckerberg Chan Initiative wants to cure all of our diseases, and I'm just wondering, maybe we can help by, sharing our public health records on Facebook or something like that. Hi everyone, I'm Jake Gill. This is the Technophiles Newscast, and today we are asking a very big question, or rather, we're talking about Zuckerberg Chan Initiative's big question, which is, can we eliminate or eradicate or manage all major diseases in our children's lifetime? Last week, on the 21st of September, the Zuckerberg Chan Initiative went live on Facebook to 63,000 people and 450 live audience members to talk about their goal and their vision and to ask the question, can we manage and get rid of disease in our child's lifetime? All right, let's get into this, but before we do, this is a huge question with huge implications, and I think we need a little bit of background here. Priscilla Chan is a doctor, Dr. Chan. She worked at Children's Hospital Oakland, which now has partnered with the University of California, San Francisco Hospital. And she has been around and working with disease for a very long time and very passionate about helping find solutions for these problems. Mark Zuckerberg, founder of Facebook, we all know him. Recently they had a child, and that changed their life, like we hear from parents very often. And about a year ago, they decided that they were going to donate 99% of all of their net worth. And that was billions and billions and billions of dollars. And people speculated and wondered, how are they going to do this? Well, the goal of this conference was simple. Well, not so simple, very complex actually, but it asked a very big question. Can we cure or manage all diseases? Mark Zuckerberg and Priscilla Chan are optimistic and that we can. And I think that part of that is because Mark Zuckerberg is an engineer. He thinks like an engineer. And so when looking at these problems, we realize that most major diseases that are killing people can be broken down into 4 different types. If we start looking at disease in America, at least, we realize that there are 4 major things that are killing people: heart disease, cancer, infectious disease, and neurological disease. And so if we can realize that, then that's kind of a great place to start. Currently in America, the way that we handle diseases is that we start treating them once they've occurred. We're not doing a lot of research on why they're occurring or what causes them or how we might be able to cure them. So most of our efforts are on treatment rather than on long-term study, evaluation, and kind of attacking the disease at the source. The Zuckerberg Chan Initiative has pledged to donate $3 billion to this research over the next decade, and $600 million of that are going into the new Biohub that they're creating in the San Francisco Bay Area. The Biohub is not necessarily a place or a physical location. What it is a network of engineers and scientists and researchers that are going to be able to collaborate a lot more easily throughout a wide variety of places. Dr. Corey Bargman, a world-renowned neuroscientist and expert in genetics, is joining the Chan Zuckerberg Initiative to help bring this Biohub to reality. They're going to be working with UCSF, Berkeley, Stanford, and other top research institutes, along with other independent and private organizations to do research and to collaborate together and help kind of treat these diseases. The reason that the Biohub, I think, is so interesting is because it encourages collaboration, which I think is something you don't see in research very often. Now, obviously you do in certain fields, but if I'm a scientist working for one university, I don't really want to tell other people what I'm working on quite yet. I'm fighting for the same grant money that they're fighting for. And quite frankly, this grant money is abysmal. It is very minuscule, and there's not much you can do. And the Zuckerberg Chan Initiative hopes to change that. They don't think that we should restrict grants to a few $1,000s a year, and rather they want to pour more and more money and support into these initiatives, into this research, into this collaboration. Why not bring the best people in the world together to try and fight this cause? The goal of this project is very ambitious, but I think that he's following in the wake and the footsteps of some other tech giants and other philanthropists, such as Bill Gates and his foundation, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. They've been working on eradicating smallpox and polio and other things throughout the world, and they've been quite successful. And oftentimes what you need for this success is you need the backing financially and otherwise of big names with big money. Thinking like an engineer sometimes means thinking from the ground up. And we don't have all the details about how they actually hope to cure all of these diseases right now because we realize that the technologies might be limited. And so I think the focus in the beginning for the Biohub is going to be on improving these technologies, on giving people the resources they need to collaborate and think big and think large and think outside of the box. Because when we're tackling some of these very complex issues, that's kind of what has to happen. We need to make large breakthroughs. Modern medicine has really only been around for a century, but it's remarkable how much we actually have achieved. We have antibiotics, we have things like penicillin, and we have ventilators. We're keeping people alive on life supports and doing all these different things. We have the modern IV and all these things that it can do. And there's so much more that we don't even know yet. And so what the Biohub wants to do and what their initiative wants to do is it wants to bring together scientists, researchers, doctors, and engineers and start thinking of what new tools and technologies do we need. And once we have those, then we can really focus on the issue of eradication. We can take other things like heart disease and we can treat them, similar to what we might do with smallpox or with polio, where they're kind of non-existent on the planet. And that's the big goal here, and that's the big vision, and it's very, very, very exciting stuff. Mark Zuckerberg is optimistic that this could increase human life expectancy to 100 years or beyond inside of the next generation, which is a huge number and something that will probably only get longer and longer as these technologies develop. To quote Mark Zuckerberg, this doesn't mean that we're never going to get sick. But what it does mean is that we should be able to treat and manage the sicknesses and be aware of them and help people live through them. Obviously, this is a grand and ambitious goal and vision, and I would love to know, do you think that they're going to be able to achieve this in the next generation? Let us know in the comments below. You can also tweet us at TechnophilesPod or visit our Facebook page and let us know there. All right, everyone, that's all we have for this week. If you enjoyed what you saw, then be sure to hit like down below or subscribe. You can check out some of our other videos over here, like Technophiles Newscast episode 175, where I cover the DOT's new regulations on autonomous vehicles. You can also check out our podcast from last Saturday, where we talked about the digital echo chamber and how we kind of create our own reality based on the digital mediums we engage in. All very interesting stuff. Great episode. Be sure to check it out. If you like what you saw here and you want more of this, press the subscribe button. It really helps out. We really enjoy it, and we promise that you will be entertained. All right, everyone. Shishadaja, Shatsujen. We'll see you next time on TPN.